ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः परमात्मनः गुरूणां कुर्मया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं च समस्त सनातन धर्म साधक भक्त सेवकानां विघ्नशत्रु निवारण द्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा वाप्ति द्वारा दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं विश्व शांति सम्मेक्यता प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। We'll do the chanting of Anna Brahma Upasana. That is in Tritiya Bhrugu Valli. Enjoy the chanting. You are doing a great practice of being regular and sincere. Become conscious about it, you will have a joy. So too, regularly we are chanting, be conscious of it, then we will see the joy coming. So too, the satsanga we are listening, be conscious about that wisdom. That wisdom not only found to be meaningful, but it also found to be so much useful and applicable for our own moksha. That gives again great joy. Let us do the chanting. Om Annam Nanindyat Tadvratam Prano Va Annam Shariramannadam Prane Shariram Pratishtitam Sharire Prana Pratishthitaha Tadetadannamanne Pratishtitam Saya Etadannamanne Pratishtitam Veda Pratitishthati अन्नवानन्नादो भवते महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नं न परिचक्षेत तद्व्रतम् आपो वा अन्नं ज्योतिरन्नादम् अप्सु ज्योतिः प्रतिष्ठितं ज्योतिष्याप प्रतिष्ठिताः तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति अन्नवानन्नादो भवते महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या अन्नं बहुकुर्वीत तद्व्रतं पृथिवी वा अन्नम् आकाशोन्नादः पृथिव्यामाकाश प्रतिष्ठितः आकाशे पृथिवी प्रतिष्ठिता तदेतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं स य एतदन्नमन्ये प्रतिष्ठितं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति अन्नवानन्नादो भवते महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चस्वर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Shri Krishna Yajurvedantargata Taittiriya Upanishad. Om Yasmat Jatam Jagat Sarvam Yasminneva Praniyate Yenedam Dharyate Chaiva Tasmai Jnanatmane Namaha. Yerime Guruve Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatāh Sarva Vedantāh Tān Nityam Pranatosmyaham तैत्तिरेयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ तद्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽनुभागः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परम् तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेते तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मनः आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं बुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Saluting Parabrahma, saluting Shruti Mata, saluting entire Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi Muni Guru, including Guru Tattva. Saluting our own Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara and Guru, and saluting the Veda Vyasa Vaishampayana, Yagnivalkya, who are the Acharyas for our this Shastram. And special salutations to Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara, the Bhashyakara, who is trying to make these mantras understandable to us. May all of them bless us with such a beautiful, subtle intellect that without missing even one thought or idea, we are able to grasp everything said in the Upanishads. When these prayers are extended every day, then the divinity gets melted and blesses us. In fact, spirituality, true spirituality, starts in this way. It's always first the Shubha Ichha. And Shubha Ichha is only the Paramatma Prapti Ichha. And before that, every other Ichha of other than Paramatma should be realized as Ashubha Ichha. Therefore, that we should think to drop. Then Paramatma Prapti Ichha is a Shubha Ichha that has to become stronger and stronger in us. Without this Shubha Ichha, the Ashubha Ichhas of the world will not go away. When they don't go away, our life will be all the time outside and inside, oriented towards that Ashubha Jagat Prapti only. Generally, all of us are there unless and until we consciously mold ourselves with deliberate practices for long time. Once the Shubha Ichha comes, then the Prayatna Shuru. In that Prayatna, the two most important things are ki our own upadhis. We should not torture them by taking them into the Ashubha Ranga, Ashubha field. Then what will happen? Our own faculties become full of energetic and they start helping us. In the same way, the world in front of us is their totality. The total world also we should stop troubling or torturing it. Instead of troubling, torturing, we should serve it. When the service to the world is done, the world also reciprocates. How? It also stops troubling or torturing us. Because we are serving the world also starts helping and serving us. Means becomes conducive, convenient to us. After these two are done, all said and done, the divinity is there everywhere with its infinite power. In whatever the form you conceive the divinity, whether you call it a Omkara, whether you call it as Mata Rani, whether you say it as Guru Tattva or you call it as Rama or Krishna or Vishnu. But first accept the presence of the divinity which is conducting everything in the world. The creation, maintenance, sustenance, dissolution, and also for the Veshti Samashti. To that Lord, we have to again tune and consciously ask that Lord, request that Lord. That's what we were saying just now. Beg that Lord to make our life, our antakarana, so sublime, so subtle, so powerful enough, single pointed enough that it is able to grasp or understand and accept the beautiful knowledge of goal and the means that are indicated in the Shastra. Only then we will be into the spirituality truly, not like as we are now, where we limit our spirituality only to the listening. Ourselves entering into it, then the spirituality entering into us, and we are always feeling to be spiritual. And in that also, we know what to reach, we know what to do, and consciously we are doing it, and we are seeing the progress also that is happening. These things have to come in our life. That happens with all these four steps. First is Shubha Ichha, second is self discipline, third is discipline while interacting with the world, fourth is the regular upasana in which the only sankalpa is asking the Upasya Devata to bless us with all the faculties required for spiritual journey and spiritual success. Then only we get molded. If these are consciously not done, then the earlier habits or the nature of the faculties will take us towards again the Ashubha world of involvement in the Rajo and Tamagunatmakata of all the desires, indulgences, and lazinesses. Such Vyaktitva will never have the aura around of spirituality at all. Within also, if you close eyes and see, do I feel dignity in me that I am a genuine, serious, sincere sadhaka? Or still I have the worldliness only that also so powerfully and strongly and I am enchanted in that. If that is there, we have not become sadhaka. When you close the eyes, when I feel proud of myself, self confidence, self respect, that consciously I am on this Adhyatmika Marga, and that self respect is a sign that we are really growing spiritually. So, once in a while, that's how we have to pause and check within. Is this study and is this regularity bringing any substantial transformation in us or not? If yes, congrats, then what's next? If not, why? What's going wrong? And how to rectify that mistake? The general mistake is becoming mechanical when we do something for a long time. Doing mechanically means the Indriyas doing the work, but the mana with its prema is not involved, buddhi with its vicharana and sukshmata, it is not involved, ekagrata. Such person only does something without knowing even himself what he is doing. Like many people, when they do chantings, when they do japa, when they do Parana, Vishnu or Lalita, अब मुंह बोली जा रही है, but मन is not at all there. It is called as becoming yantric or mechanical. Should not allow that to creep into us. So in that way, consciously every moment, in fact, I must know what to reach to, I must know what I have to do and do it. That dignity, that maturity, as soon as possible should come to us. It will come with these four things. The Ishvara Guru Krupa and the Jagat's Krupa and one's own Upadhyonka Krupa. And for all that, the basis is Shubha Ichha, which is more important than everything. Shubha Ichha should be very, very strong. The Shubha Ichha in one language is called as Mumukshita, in other language is called as Jignasa. In Mumukshita, I want to get out of all the limitations of Upadhis. Jignasa means I want to know that substratum which is supporting all that, which is beyond all that. So either you call it Mumukshita or you call it Jignasa. Strongly it should be there. That's called Shubha Ichha. We have it. That's why we are coming to class, but not as strong as that. Even after the class, we should pursue only that. So that stage we have to evolve in our Shubha Ichha, which should express in both the Mumukshata as well as Jignasa. इतना हमारे अंदर मुमुक्षुता में होना है कि इनफ ऑफ लिविंग लाइफ एज ए जीवा with these upadhis as a part of this world, continuously competing and struggling and getting failure or frustration or kicks. I want to be freed from that. वो भी कभी कभी होता है when घर में पति पत्नी से लड़ाई होता है तो, or with servant or children, but that is only for some time. That is only issue based. We should have the totally the thought ki enough of this life of individuality with the such a limited upadhish. I want to get rid of it. That's called a mumukshita. The other side, what's lying behind? All the manifested world. What's that substratum? What's my relation with it? Already it is said in Shastra, and that's what is you. How to realize that? This type of jignasa. In fact, for the jignasa, purti, what knowledge is required, already we studied in all the Upanishads. But the jignasa itself is not strong, therefore the jnanam is not received, though taken. It's not received, though given. क्योंकि जिज्ञासा नहीं है, थोड़ा थोड़ा हमको क्लास में सुनने से काफ़ी है. इन दैट मूड वी आर ऑलवेज. सुनना है, उसको समझना है, गंभीरता से समझना है, हमेशा याद रखना है, उसके अनुसार जीना है, फिर वो स्वरूप मैं ही हूँ ऐसे जानना है. These thoughts are consciously not there. Therefore, efforts in that direction are consciously not there. Even if they are there, they're sporadic. Just like that, it happened for 1 minute, again we are back to our normal, abnormal life of worldliness. So maybe that way realize the importance of all these inner thoughts or transformations all the time, and we have to consciously create them. That's called sadhana. Remember always, जो होता है अपने आप is not called sadhana. जो जानकर करते हैं उसको कहते हैं साधना. साधना होता नहीं, साधना करना पड़ता है. That's what I become conscious of my chitta. I become conscious of the thoughts of my chitta. I become conscious that these thoughts are not good. And then I become conscious that I must eliminate. And I understand the process of elimination and I eliminate them. इस करने को साधना कहते हैं. So to I become conscious of my chitta, I understand into this chitta, these are the sat gunas that are required to be brought for sadhana. Then consciously bringing those sat gunas is called a sadhana. Practical. So in that way, day by day may we become true, deep, sincere as sadhakas, and let us be clear in what exactly is sadhana, and may we truly do that sadhana. In this way, having given some introduction, like every day one or the other thought we are discussing, in this Taittiriya Upanishad, the second Brahmananda Valli is most profound. Of all the literature of all the Upanishads and all the literature of all the Vedas, in general, all literature which is aimed at giving us moksha. So throughout the day, throughout life, these words have to be, these slokas have to be chanted, and their Adi Shankara Bhashya should be studied and remembered. Only that when we contemplate, then we can really grow spiritually in understanding as well as in practice and in experience also. So we have seen at length the Sutra Vakya, the Brahmana Vakya, which is Brahmavidapnoti Param. Then to this Sutra Vakya, which is Brahmana Vakya, the Sankshepa Vyakhyanam, which is from Rigveda mantra, that also we saw. What is that? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschitete. All this is the Vyakhyanam of the Sutra of the Brahmana. And this Vyakhyanam is from the mantra of the Shukla, what is that? Rigveda. Brahmana is of Yajurveda, mantra is from Rigveda. Yajurveda Brahmana is Brahmavida Apnoti Param, that is Sutra Vakya of the entire Valli and Upanishad and life. Then Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma onwards is the Rigveda mantra, which is the Vyakhyanam of it. Its further Vyakhyanam will be given subsequently. And how this has become the mantra Vyakhyanam for Brahmanam, we have shown. In that Brahmana, Brahmavid Apnoti Param. 3 portions are there. The Brahma is Vyakhyata, explained in the mantra as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahma with the knower of the Brahmana, explained in the Sutra Vakya as what? Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This is called as Brahmavit. Then the Brahmana Vakya third sentence is Apnoti Param. He attains Supreme. That is Vyakhyatam or explained or exhaustively. In precise form it is commented in the mantra of the Rigveda as what? Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschita. Up to this. And this in fact concludes the Vyakhyanam of that. Iti, therefore full stop bhi bata di. But it is neither not sufficient and nor justifiable also. Not sufficient because exhaustive details are not given. Non justifiable because when you are teaching Krishna Yajurveda, you should continue the Yajurveda only. You have quoted the Rigveda, but that not satisfies us. We want from our own Yajurveda. Therefore, Brahmavida Apnoti Param, though substantiated by the Sankshipta Vyakhyana of the Rigveda mantra, yet to clearly, completely, exhaustively, satisfactorily to convey this Brahmavida Apnoti Param to us, the subsequent mantras have started. So the entire Valli, starting from Tasmadva Tasmad Atmanaha, is the explanation as to how to realize Brahmavid Apnoti Param. That is what is the Sutra Vakya, and this whole thing is called a Vritti. That's what Bhagavan Shankara yesterday said. Ki Vritti Sthaniyaha Uttara Grantaha Arabhyate. Did we remember it? Iti Uttaraha tad Vritti Sthaniyaha Grantaha Arabhyate. Tasmadva Etasmad Ityadi. Therefore, if we have not thoroughly understood Brahmavidapnoti Param, if we have not understood Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yovedamitam Ityadi, never mind. Again we are explaining. You try to understand at least now. Be conscious in the listening. That's how it is. Now we have seen Avatarika yesterday exhaustively, and that's what we summarize now also. Let us take up this second part of this Prathama Anuvaka mantra and try to understand it as our Bhashyakara's guidance. And that mantra starts from Tasmadva etasmadatmana akashas sambhutaha akashad vayuho vayoragnihi agneravaha adbhyah pruthivi पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः. This is the second portion of this Prathama Anuvaka of the Dvitiya Brahmananda Valli of our beautiful Taittiriya Upanishad. Now, before entering into explaining what is the meaning of Tasmat, Etasmat, Ityadi, here some discussions are done. And before discussion, Bhashyakara himself is complementing or completing what Bhashya he gave in the main, what you call, Avatarika, much before the Upanishad started, and also as an Avatarika of Satyam Jnanam Anantam or Uska explanation. A very important, crucial topic is taken up under for discussion. What is the topic? Ki Tatra cha, Tatra means in the context. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma iti Uktam Mantra Adau. Mantra Adau Uktam. In that mantra portion of the Krishna Yajurveda, Rig Veda, in the mantra Adau, Tat Brahma Satyam Jnanantam Jnanam Anantam iti Uktam. This is what is said, and we have explained it also at length in one angle. Now, tat katham satyam jnanam anantam cha iti yata aha. How that is satyam jnanam and anantam? It is explained. मतलब अभी तक नहीं बोला था, बहुत बोले थे, but और भी थोड़ा सा बताना है. सत्यम is explained. यद रूपेण यद निश्चितम अर्थम तद न व्यभिचरत इति सत्यम. यद रूपेण यद निश्चितम अर्थम तद व्यभिचरत इति अनृतम. Therefore, व्यभिचरत इति अनृतम. Therefore, Brahma is Satyam, na vyabhicharat. Everything other than Brahma is vyabhicharat, therefore anrutam. That's how we have explained it that time. Satyam is done. Jnapti Swarupa of the Jnanam aspect of Brahma or Jnanam aspect of Brahma as pure Jnapti, Avabodha Matram, that also we have explained. In that we said this Jnapti is such pure Jnapti which is without the triputi of Jnata, Jnana, Jneya, without the Vritti. त्रिपुटी है तो वृत्ति है तो त्रिपुटी है. With the vritti in the triputi or in the triputi with the vritti, entire vyavaharika jnanam is gained. We are not talking about the vyavaharika jnanam. It is shuddha paramarthika jnanam. And it is anantam also, and it is satyam also. All those explanations were given. Therefore, satyam jnanam is satisfactorily commented. Only we have to repeatedly contemplate. Now, the third aspect was not sufficiently explained, called as Anantattwa of the Brahman. So, in this Sambandha Bhashya to this second portion of this Prathama Anuvaka, Bhashyakara is explaining the Anantata of the Brahma at length. Okay. Anantam cha iti ata aha. Tatra cha satyam jnanam anantam brahma iti uktam mantradau. In the beginning it was said that katham satyam jnanam anantam cha. How that Brahma, not only satyam, not only jnanam, how is anantam cha iti ataha aha. Therefore, now we are taking that for some scrutinization analysis. What is that? Tatra trividam hi anantyam. There, the anantata of the Brahman is from three standpoints. We have to exhaustively understand. In other words, that aspect which is ananta from these three standpoints, the truth, that reality is called as Brahman. Okay? The three standpoints say अनंत है ब्रह्म, और वो वस्तु जो तीन मार्गों से या तीन स्टैंड पॉइंट से अनंत है उसी को ही ब्रह्म कहते हैं. And again, how much ever we study about Tattva or Atma or Brahma, the final affirmation or confirmation is only in the experience. To experience, we have to meditate. But to meditate, we have the data. So the data should be crystal clear and convinced. The whole purpose of Guru teaching the disciple is only to give us the doubtless convincing data. Data means knowledge, information. Using that, when we, through the contemplation, reach to the state of meditation, in that, what is said about Brahman as this, that is experienced as me. Brahma Jnana never gives moksha. Brahma Anubhuti gives moksha. That I am that Brahma. Then only the knowledge is complete, the journey is completed. Then only other than Brahma, called a Jiva Bhava, which becoming Karta Bhokta, for which it is entering to millions of the Dehas, Upadhis, and millions ways it is getting limited. All that bandhana will go away. Only Brahma Anubhuti में Jiva Bhava and Jiva's Kartrutva Bhoktrutva, and for the Bhokta Bhoktrutva, Jiva being thrown into different worlds and different yonis, exposed to different conditionings, we get freed from. Only when I discover Aham Brahmasmi, that's called Anubhuti. So Brahma Jnana is equal to Brahma Vicharana, is equal to Brahma Dhyana, is equal to Brahma Anubhuti, is equal to Jiva Bhava, Deha Upati Tadatmya, Rupa, Samsara, Samula, Nasha. Very careful about all that. So tat katham satyam jnanam anantam cha iti ata ahaha tatra anantyam trividham. Clear? Trividham hi anantyam. Three types is the anantata. What is that? Deshataha, kalataha, vastutaha cha iti. So we have to thoroughly understand the Brahma to be ananta with respect to desha, with respect to kala, with respect to the vastu. So, desha limitation, kala limitation, vastu limitation is not there in Brahma. Desha kala vastu doesn't limit Brahma. So, desha limitation is so simple कि this देश में ब्रह्म है उस देश में नहीं है. That's called as desha santatvam, not ananta, like you and I as a deha. As a deha, we are deshataha, not ananta. We are santa. Why? We are here, but we are not there. So to the kalata anantya means in this kala it is there, in this kala it is not there, that is not there. You and I also are, from the deha standpoint, we are all limited kalataha. 100 years back we were not there. 100 years ahead, we as this deha, we will not be there. So we are kalataha sa antaha. Parabrahma Paramatma is not limited by the kala. Third one is what? Vastutaha anantam. Like we are only in this body, here only made up of this upadhis. This is called Vastu Anantyam. In that object, I am not there. In this person, I am not there. I am there only this. The Vastu is this Deha alone, me. Kala is only after this time I am there. Desha is only I am in this place but not that place. So this Vastu Anantyam Paramatma ka ki, he is in that but not in this, not in that. That limitation is not there. We have to discover. This is what we have to thoroughly understand. The meaning of the Anantyam of the word of Brahman. ब्रह्म के लिए सत्यम ज्ञानम अनंतम जो 3 शब्द यूज किए उसमें अनंत का व्याख्यान सफिशिएंटली नहीं हुआ तो हियर भाष्यकार इज गिविंग सो देशतः कालतः वस्तुतः आनंत्यम हाउ इज इट लॉजिकली यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कॉन्टेम्पलेटिवली That contemplation itself takes us nearest to the takes us near to the nearest understanding of the Brahma Swarupa. Then we reverse the question. Ki, what that which is not limited by Deshakala Vastu is Brahma, we defined. Then what is that which is not defined, limited by Deshakala Vastu? In that, when you focus, then already understood intellectual knowledge starts becoming experience. And the final experience is only one. I am that Brahman which is Ananta with respect to Desha and Kala and Vastu, as well as I am Jnapti Swarupa Jnanam, I am Satya Swarupa Sadvastu. This is what final liberation. Never ever get confused regarding this. Wordings you may not be able to have to tell. देखो जिनसे भगवान सत्संग कराना चाहते हैं to them he gives the language vocabulary. Everybody need not have language vocabulary to reply, but the understandings are made, the concepts are made. You all must be having that understanding and concept. If I ask you, you may not be able to tell them in the correct language or sequence or words. If required, Bhagavan will make everyone a speaker. Not necessary. We need to be a sadhaka and a siddha. We will not be only a pravachanakar. We are doing it now. And nothing is happening only by giving pravachana. Nayam atma pravachanena labhya. But the understanding should be firm. That I am that Satyam Jnanam Deshakala Vastu Parichhedarahita Anantam Brahma. Now one by one is taken. How? The Brahman is Deshataha Anantam. Kalataha thereafter. Then Vastutaha Anantam. Then the fourth topic is taken. Called as even from the Karya Karana Sambandha also, Brahman is not Antavana, he is Ananta only. These are the things which make us clear, deep understanding about the reality which is named as Brahma Vastu in all the Upanishads, which is mentioned as our final goal. जिस ब्रह्म वस्तु के अनुभव को उपनिषद में फाइनल लक्ष्य बताया उस ब्रह्म वस्तु के बारे में अंडरस्टैंडिंग पक्का होगा एंड बेसिंग ऑन दैट अंडरस्टैंडिंग we try to discover that Brahman to be our own self on the seat of contemplation and meditation. If this detailed, clear explanation knowledge is not there on the name of meditation, everything we do but not meditation. And all those meditations will give us many results but not moksha. Means what? Those meditations may be about the concentrations, purifications. Those concentrations, purifications may get us the variety of siddhis. With that siddhis, so many things of the world may be achieved, but not moksha. मोक्ष प्राप्ति के लिए मोक्ष अनुभव रूपी ब्रह्म का सैद्धांतिक ज्ञान स्पष्ट रूप से होना चाहिए. Is it not? Like to have Krishna Bhakti, you should have in clarity the Mahima of Krishna, glory of Krishna, and that you will know when you study Bhagavata Adi Purana. In that Krishna Kathas, Krishna Leelas, we see, then we understand all his Mahimas. Then with that, when you do Krishna Upasana, Krishna Nama, then Krishna Anugraha will come to us, not otherwise. Bhava itself will not come. Only the mouth will utter Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. No difference between a tape record, a parrot or me. All the three say Krishna. But कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता ज़्यादा. But when you know that Krishna is Paramatma, is a Parabrahma, is Ishvara, is Narayana, is an Avatara, and Avatara he comes for Dusha Shikshna, Shishta Rakshana, Dharma Samrakshana. At that time, toward the Bhaktas, he showers his Prema, his Krupa, his Karuna, his Anugraha. All this, when you listen, Krishna Bhakti happens. With that Bhakti, the name is taken. With that Bhakti, the Upasana is done to invoke his presence. In the same way, in the Brahma Vidya pursuit also, The Brahma Tattva, Brahma Swarupa, Lakshanas have to be exhaustively understood. The Lakshanas are same. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Satyam is explained. Jnanam is explained. Anantam is taken up for discussion. Anantata Brahman is to be recognized with respect to the three parameters plus one more, the four. The three first parameters are Deshataha, Kalataha, and Vastutaha. Okay. Now, why Brahman is Deshataha Anantam will be explained first for few lines. Then Kalataha, then Vastutaha. We will see. Tatra Trividam hi Anantyam. Deshataha, Kalataha, Vastutaha cha iti. Main sentence is told. The Anantata Brahman is with respect to three parameters of Desha, Kala, Vastu. Anantatva. How? Let us purify it. Now, iti tad yatha deshatah anantaha, and Brahman is deshata anantaha. It is ananta with respect to desha. How? Can you give an example and then explain? Yatha akashaha. Yatha akashaha. No, akasha is what? Space. Space is not limited by space. Very interesting sentence it is. Yatha deshatah anantah akashaha. The anantata with respect to the Esha of the Brahman is like the anantata of the Akasha with respect to Akasha. There is no limitation of space to the space. Why? Because space is everywhere. एग्जाम्पल दे रहे हैं देशता अनंतता के लिए देश का ही. There is no limitation of space to space. Space is everywhere there. So, tad yatha deshatah ananta akashaha. Nahi deshatah asya nahi tasya parichedah asti. Therefore, with respect to desha, there is no paricheda to akasha. Limitation to akasha. Now, to the akasha, each karana is Brahma. We will be told in the next mantra. Tasmadvai tasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha. Therefore, the akasha itself is when not limited by the desha. Then the karana of the akasha called as atma or Brahma, how can it be limited by the desha? In this way, desha aparichinnata, deshata anantata of the Brahman, by saying that the desha itself is not conditioned by space, the cause of it, the Brahma, how can it be conditioned? Therefore, it is unconditional with regard to the space. Therefore, Brahman is there in this space and not in that space. In this way, we cannot say he is in every space. Rather, he being the Karana of the space, space is in him. Therefore, Deshatah Ananta. And it should be so. Else what? One place you are there, you are Aham Brahmasmi. In another place you go, you are not Aham Brahmasmi. Why? In that place Brahma is not there. ये वाला प्रॉब्लम आएगा. Then the moksha once gained is permanent at all places and times. That statement will be refuted, which is not acceptable to us. Therefore, deshatah anantyam brahma katham deshasya or akashasya karanatvat, and akashah deshatah anantah. Space is not conditioned by the space itself. Space is infinite. So, nahi deshatah tasya parichedah asti. Then, na tu kalatah cha anantyam vastutah cha akashasya. But the आकाश से भी बढ़कर है आत्मा ब्रह्म. Why? Because be attentive. Deshatah space is unconditional. It is understood. But kalataha the space is not ananta. But Brahman is kalataha also is ananta. How come kalataha the space is not ananta? Because the Karyatvat. Please remember, the space is Karya, Brahman is Karana. That's what we are going to see. Tasmadva etasmad Atmanaha Akasha Sambhuta. From the pure Atma, the Akasha came out. Therefore, what is Akasha? It is a Karya. It has its own Karana. At the level of Karanata, at that Kala, the Desha is not there. Not there means limited. Therefore, Kalataha Desha is not Anantam. Deshataha Desha is Anantam. Like that, further Desha being Karana, Atma is Deshata more Anantam than Desha. बट देश की तरह आत्मा नहीं है, देश कैसे ही बढ़कर है स्पेस से भी, बिकॉज स्पेस में भी इन्फिनिट विद रेस्पेक्ट टू स्पेस बट नॉट विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू काल. व्हाई? बिकॉज द कारणत्व कार्यत्वात्. स्पेस इज कार्य. एट द लेवल ऑफ कारणत्व द कार्य कैन नॉट बी देयर. देयरफॉर द कालतः अनंतता नहीं. लाइक द पॉट. Pot is an effect from a cause. So the karya, the pot, is from the karana called as mud. Therefore, karya hone ke karana, because it's an effect, the pot, kalatah it is not infinite. Why? Because before it became karya, in its karana avastha, pot is not there. कालतः अनंत नहीं है. क्यों? कार्य होने के कारण. These are all technical words. You have to listen, though it looks to be heavy. But through this exercise only, we reach to the deeper understandings. What we need is very deep and ambiguous understanding regarding Parabrahma. Then, on the deep understanding, we contemplate. At that level, at that time, we reach in our experience to that Brahma Tattva. ऊपर ऊपर पढ़ने से बात नहीं होता. So Brahma Deshata Anantam because he is a Karana of the Desha. But is Desha itself is Anantam? No. Desha is Ananta with respect to Desha, but not with respect to Kala. Why? Because Desha is a Karya. And anything Karyam in effect is not there in the Karanam cause. Therefore, it is not Anantam with respect to Kala. मतलब पहले नहीं था वो. मटका पहले नहीं था. पहले नहीं था is called the limitation with respect to time. But Brahman is not like that. Brahman is not the effect or the karyam. Sarvakarana karan he is a. Therefore, the kala paricheda is not there in Brahman. Therefore, is kalas ke drushti se bhi wo ananta hai. So, akashasya karanatvat deshatah anantam. Akashavat na karyatvat kalatah anantyam. With respect to Kala, why Brahman is Ananta? Because it is not an effect. That it came out from some cause. That at the cause time it was not there. ऐसा नहीं है. So, नहीं देशतः तस्य परिच्छेदः अस्ति. न तु कालतः च आनन्त्यं वस्तुतः च आकाशस्य कस्मात् कार्यत्वात्. Now, न एवं ब्रह्मणः आकाशवत् kalatah api antavatvam. That's what I already said. Like the space, the Brahman is not limited by the kala. Though Brahman is not limited by the desha, but he is limited by the kala because he being a karya. But because kasmat न एवं ब्रह्मणः आकाशवत् कालतः अपि अंतवत्वम वै अकार्यत्वात्. We said no. Brahman being not the effector is not limited by the time. And what is the meaning of limited by the time? If it is an effect, means at the time of cause it was not there. Not there means not ananta. Ant ho gaya unka. At any period of time, past or present or future, if it is not there, it is anta. One. If it is all the time it is there, it is ananta. So the desha is not ananta with respect to kala. With respect to desha, it is ananta. It is everywhere there. But with respect not Kala, because it is an effect of the Karya and its Karana is Brahman only, we are going to see. But Brahman is not an effect like the Desha, he is not an effect or the Karyam, therefore he is not limited by Kala, therefore Kalataha Anantyam is explained. Okay. न एवं ब्रह्मणः आकाशवत् कालतः अपि अन्तवत्वम् अकार्यत्वात्. Now, karyam hi vastu kalena parichidyate. We just said now, effect alone is conditioned in time, therefore time wise it is not infinite or anantam. Akaryam cha brahma. Brahman is not an effect of anything. Tasmat kalatah asya anantyam. Therefore, with respect to kala also, Brahman is ananta. We have to contemplate on about a vastu which is not limited by the time because it is not an effect. In vastu is not limited by the space because it is even the cause of the space. Who? That vastu is called Brahma, and that is what is to be searched out on the seat of contemplation. In that search, we have to reach to our own self. But that reaching will happen when we reject the not selves. Therefore, the not selves called as Panchakosha will be taken up for discussion and rejected. उस टॉपिक के लिए इंट्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. So Deshada Anantam because the cause of Desha. Kalata Anantam because it is not an effect. Even like Desha. Now Vastutaha Anantam of Brahma we have to prove. Okay. Now Tatha Vastutaha Katham Punah Vastutaha Anantam. How Brahman is Ananta with regard to the Vastu also. So what is the meaning of Desha Kala Vastu? Antavattam we already told. A vastu, if it is at one place, not other place, it is deshataha, not ananta. One time it is there, not the other time. It is kalataha antaman hai, not ananta. So it is in this object or shape and form, not in the other object or shape and form. It is called vastutaha anantya. Sorry, santatva. Brahman is not in that way deshakala vastu santam. He is anantam. Deshata anantam because he is a cause of desha. Kalata Anantam because is not an effect. He is ever existing on his own independence. He is not an effect. He is causeless cause of everything in fact. Therefore, in him the Kalata Anantatvam nahi hai. Now the Vastutaha we have to see. Explanation is why Vastutaha there is no Anta in Parabrahma. Why is Ananta with respect to Vastu also? Because Sarva Ananyatva is the main sentence. You will give the explanation. Sarva Ananya means what? There is nothing Anya from Brahma. Therefore, there is no Antavatva with respect to Vastu in the Brahma. कोई भी वस्तु से अलग नहीं है और कोई भी वस्तु उनसे अलग नहीं है. इस कारण वस्तु परिच्छेद कि इस वस्तु में है उस वस्तु में नहीं है ऐ वाला बंधन या लिमिटेशन इन दैट ब्रह्मन इट इज नॉट देयर. एक्सप्लेनेशन इज मेन सेंटेंस इज सर्व अनन्यत्वात्. तो एक्सप्लेनेशन क्या है कि भिन्नम ही वस्तु वस्तु अंतरस्य अंतः भवति. Okay now, when there are two objects, then the one object conditions other, one object limits other, one object puts the end to other, one object makes the other one santa. When there are two objects are there, दो है तो एक दूसरे को अंत करती है. ब्रह्म तो दो है ही नहीं, वो एक ही है, तो कौन किसको अंतवान बनेगा? वस्तु दृष्टि से. सो वस्तु दृष्टि से अंततः तब होगा जब दो वस्तुएं हैं, then one वस्तु does the end of the other वस्तु. Therefore, it is not endless, it is not ananta. Explanation is what? Bhinnam hi vastu, vastu antarasya antah bhavati. When there are two vastus are there, then the one limits the other. That is explained. Now, vastu antara buddhihi prasaktat vastu antaratat nivartate. How do you say that? Explain karo. कि वस्तु अंतर बुद्धि ही वस्तु प्रसक्तात् वस्तु अंतरात् निवर्तते. वस्तु अंतर बुद्धि means what? When you become aware of an object, whatever is the vastu, then what you were aware a moment before of other object, that awareness goes away. Here the buddhi means awareness or knowledge. तो वस्तु अंतर बुद्धि प्रसक्तात् vastu antarat nivartate. And then yatah yasya buddhehe vinivrittihi saha tasya anta. Anta technically means what? That object of which the knowledge is ended. That means its end. So there are two objects. So when I am seeing this object, I have the knowledge of this object. Clear? When I see the other object, of that object I get knowledge. At that time, what happened to the buddhi or knowledge of the earlier object? Gone. That is called a vastu antaratva, antatvam. वस्तु अंतत्वम इस तरह से डिफाइन करते हैं वेदांत में. एग्जाम्पल गिवन हियर इज व्हाट कि तद यथा गोत्व बुद्धि अश्वत्वात् विनिवर्तते. तो यू सॉ ए काउ, सो यू नो द नॉलेज ऑफ काउ. नो द अदर साइड यू हैव फोकस अटेंशन, देयर यू सॉ एन अश्व. इमीडिएटली इन द बुद्धि द अश्व ज्ञान कम्स, वेयर एज द गो बुद्धि गॉन, उसका अंत हो गया. इसकी नहीं. तो बुद्धि के ज्ञान में ये वस्तुओं का अंत होता है when we focus our attention or the knowledge from one object to the other. In Brahma this vastu paricheda nahi hai. That's what is going to be proved. Tad yatha gotva buddhi ashwatvad vinivartate iti ashwatva antam gotvam iti antavadeva bhavati. So to reverse mein karo, from the horse when you bring your attention to the cow, then the cow knowledge will be there. Buddhi means your knowledge or awareness. When the cow knowledge again comes, where is the Ashwa Buddhi? It is gone. Therefore, Ashwa Buddhi, Gotva Buddhi Ashwa Buddhi ka ant kar rahe hain. Because Ashwa is not go is not Ashwa. So when there are two objects, one object's knowledge, when we have, from that, when we shift our attention for the knowledge of the other object, the earlier one's buddhi or knowledge is gone. That's called its antavatva. Antavatva ka artha samajh lena with respect to vastu. The two vastus are there. When you see this, iska gyan chala gaya. When you see this, iska gyan chala gaya. That's how they limit each other. That's why they are not ananta. इसको देखते हैं चला गया तो अंत हो गया ना. When I see the horse, immediately that knowledge of cow is gone. Gone means ended. So when I come back to the cow or any other thing, then the knowledge of the horse is gone. Therefore, gone means ended. So बुद्धि में ज्ञान का कारण वस्तुओं में अंतता होता है अगर वस्तुएं एक से ज्यादा है तो. So tadyata gotva buddhi ashwatvad vinivartate iti ashwatva antam gotvam iti antavadeva bhavati. Now sahacha antah bhinneshu vastushu drushtah. That type of limitation, conditioning with respect to the vastu is possible when there are variety of many vastus. तो कंटिन्यूसली होता है हमका. मैं चेयर देख रहा हूँ तो मेरा चेयर बुद्धि हुआ. इधर से when I see the wall buddhi has come to me, chair buddhi is gone. From the wall, when I come to the book buddhi has come, chair buddhi is gone. From the book, when I look at the laptop, I have the laptop buddhi, the book buddhi is gone. So therefore, ये वस्तुओं का अंत ऐसा हो रहा है वस्तु दृष्टि से. बुद्धि में ज्ञान का बदलते रहना वस्तु के दृष्टि से अंतता है. And that's possible when there are many vastus. So vastu antatvam, this way explained. This vastu rupa antatvam in Parabrahma it is not there. Because of two reasons. One, Brahman is not at all vastu. Second, in that Parabrahma, which is one homogeneous, pure conscious existence, there are no many vastus. That आपने उसको देखा तो ये गायब हो गया, इसको देखा तो गायब हो गया. No antavatva. That's what he's explaining now. Na evam brahmanaha bhedaha. In this way, there are no bheda in the Brahma. Because Brahma is satyam jnanam anantam. There are no two satyams. That एक सत्य में देखने से ही दूसरे सत्य के दृष्टि हट गया. Therefore, vastu दृष्टि से अंत हुआ. There are no two satyam vastus. There is no two jnapti vastus. That you are attending to one, then the other things end happened. And we are attending to this one, उसका end हो गया. ऐसे वस्तु दो है ही नहीं ब्रह्म में. Therefore, there is no antavatvam with regard to vastu. In other words, in all the vastu is common substratum. And in him there are no vastutva. Vastu is a rupanama. Rupanama is only a projection. So, up to this it is said, Ataha vastutapi anantyam. So, in this way, anantata through vastu also is gained, because in Brahman there are two, three vastus that when you see one, the other is lost. When the other is seen, the earlier one is lost. Now, in the beginning, what is said? Anantatvam of the Brahma. What is that? Katam punaha ananyatvam brahmanaha. While explaining the vastu anantatva, sarva ananya करके explain दिए थे हमको. तथा वस्तुतः कथम पुनः वस्तुतः अनंत्यम सर्व अनन्यत्वात्. Now is a simple explanation. Why ananyata of the Brahman with all the vastus? So because sarva vastu karanatvaatu. Because basically for all the vastus, karana is Brahma. How? We have already seen कि सर्वेषां हि वस्तूनां काल आकाशादीनां कारणं ब्रह्म. So for the entire kala and akasha, the karana is Brahma, and entire objects of the world are brought or manifested out of kala and akasha. अब ब्रह्म काल आकाश का ही कारण है, तो ब्रह्म सारे वस्तुओं के भी कारण है. And the logic is what? Karana is vyapta in the karya. The cause permeates the effect. The Brahman is the cause for desha and kala. Therefore, Brahman is there at every desha and in every kala. In the desha kala only the vastus janma, vastus maintenance, the vastus dissolution opens. Therefore, in every of the vastu, the desha kala should be there. And because in every and desha kala, Brahman is there because it's a karana. That karana Brahma should be also there in every vastu. Therefore, in this way, he is sarva ananya. Everything is in Desha and Kala. And where is Desha and Kala? In Paramatma. Therefore, everything is where? In Paramatma. That means what? Paramatma alone is Karana for everything. And Karana is always in the Karya. Therefore, Karana Rupi Brahma ही एक दशा में कार्य रूपी वस्तु के रूप में देखा जा रहा है. अदरवाइज ब्रह्म ही उस कार्य के रूप में भी है. Therefore, अनन्य है. We are doing the research of the word ananyata. Why it is ananya? Because he is the karana of everything. Why is karana of everything? Because everything is caused by Deshakala. Deshakala is caused by Parabrahma. What is the meaning of cause here? Means without it, it is not there. Without Deshakala, vastus are not there. लेकिन कोई वस्तु होना है तो किसी के देश में होना है ना, किसी किसी काल में होना चाहिए. देश काल नहीं तो वस्तु नहीं होता. And how can there be the Desha Kala without Desha existing, Kala existing? That existence is Satyam, Satyam is Brahman. Already we have discussed it. This is how the Vedantic inquiry. In the beginning, it appears to be heavy, non-understandable. As I told you, the swimming, car driving, cooking, everything is non-understandable and heavy in the beginning. But if you leave it throughout life, you will never learn it. But till that difficult path is crossed, if you are consistently practicing, then you will understand it easily. You can drive, you can swim, you can cook. Same way, in the beginning it appears to be abstract and all, Vedanta. But थोड़ा आदत होने तक सुनते जाना, समझ में आने लगता है, and it gives the joy of understanding, and that joy, in that understanding only there is liberation. Therefore, there is the joy of liberation also. दोनों तरह का खुशियां आते हैं. समझदारी का आनंद और उस समझदारी से जो मोक्ष हो रहा है उसका भी आनंद, डबल धमाका. बट वी हैव टू हैव पेशेंट एप्लीकेशन ऑफ आवर इंटेलेक्ट इन ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड. फर्दर द इंटेलेक्ट हैज टू बी सटल, सूक्ष्म एंड प्योर. देयरफॉर थोड़ा कर्मयोग भक्ति योग करके मन को अपने बचाना. जिंदगी भर वी हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट अवर अंतःकरण, मेक इट सूटेबल फॉर वेदांत विचारणा ऑफ ब्रह्म तत्व. ऐसा हमको फिक्स होना चाहिए all the time. Yoga Darshana Shastra helps us for that. That's why Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Karma Yoga helps us because you are working without any selfish desire. Yajna Bhavana helps us. The bhakti sadhana helps us because everything you are offering to the God. Through all these sadhanas, what we do is we protect our mind intellect and make it a suitable fit for the Vedanta Vicharana. In the Vicharana, the Satya starts happening to us. The Satyam Jnanam starts happening to us. So, Deshataha Anantyam. Why? Because Desha itself is unconditioned by space and Parabrahma is cause of the space. And why Kalata Anantyam? Because it is not the Karyam. It's not an effect. And Vastuta why Anantyam? Because Ananyatvat. Why is Ananya? Again, same thing. All the Vastus are in the Desha Kala. Desha Kala are in Parabrahma. Therefore, Parabrahma is never Anya from the Vastus. Therefore, is Ananya with the Vastu. Therefore, Antavatvam with respect to Vastu is not there because the Antavatvam with the Vastu will happen in the Buddhi or knowledge when there are two Vastus are there. Then, when I see one Vastu, इसका अंत हो गया बिकॉज कि इसकी बुद्धि नहीं है और व्हेन आई डू दिस वस्तु आई लुक एट इट इसका अंत होता है बिकॉज ये बुद्धि नहीं है सो व्हेन आई सी द अश्ववृत्ति अश्वबुद्धि इज देयर इन दैट गोत्व बुद्धि का अंत हो गया व्हेन आई सी द गोत्व बुद्धि और गो एंड गो बुद्धि गोत्व बुद्धि कम्स टू मी अश्वबुद्धि इज एंडेड and this is because the ashwa go is different and ashwa is different but in this way Brahman is not different from any of the things that he becomes limited by the vastus. How he is not different from any of the things? Sarvakaranatva. How is Sarvakarana? Because he is Karana of the Kala and Akash. So Kala Akash है जगत बना परमात्मा से काला आकाश बना तो जगत का कोई वस्तु नहीं है परमात्मा से अन्य हो वो सर्व अनन्य है वो वस्तु परिच्छेद नहीं है that it is in this vastu but not in that vastu it is not there. It is a cause of every vastu. Therefore, Paramatma is Ananta with regard to the vastu also. So, Deshataha Anantyam, Vastu Kalataha Anantyam, Vastutaha Anantyam. And that then only that prapti of that vastu will be infinitely blissful. किसी एक अनंतता है वस्तु अनंतता then at this vastu's position only I will be blissfully liberated, not otherwise. देशतः अनंतता नहीं है तो only in this place India I am happy, not I am not Brahman in the America. बाहर देश गया तो पता नहीं मेरे को क्या हो गया ब्रह्म ज्ञान घूम हो गया वही बिकॉज देशतः अंतम एंड कालतः अंतम कि पहले ज्ञान था मैं ब्रह्म का अब खत्म मैं भूल हो गया पता था ऐसा नहीं होता वो काल का देन व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दैट ब्रह्म आनंदम इन वन काला यू हैव फॉरगॉटन सुबह सुबह ब्रह्म हो मैं इसलिए उसको ब्रह्म मुहूर्त कहते हैं उसके बाद ब्रह्म ही ब्रह्म है ब्रह्म मुहूर्त ऐसा नहीं होता हो काल का लिमिटेशन नहीं है सो एवरी टाइम एवरी प्लेस इन एवरीथिंग ब्रह्मन इज देयर so in this way anantyam deshada kalata vastuta of the brahman is proved so that object that self which is unlimited by desha kala vastu that is said as brahman and again this also becomes meditation. Remember all the deshas on the seat of meditation and see the common denominator who is there in all the deshas. You will reach the Satya Brahma. So to remember all the timings, past, present, future, who was common behind all these three times, you focus on, then you will discover Brahma. Also, you become aware of all the Vastus. Then become aware of that awareness which was aware of all the Vastus, then you reach Brahma. जिस जो सत्यम ज्ञान अनंत ब्रह्म जैसे हमको परमात्मा में यहाँ ले जाने के लिए हेल्प किया so to देश काल वस्तु अनंत्यम also takes us to that Brahma. So that satyam jnanam anantam Brahma is desha kala vastu ananto is not limited by them. Therefore, at all places I am satyam jnanam anantam Brahma. At all times I am satyam jnanam anantam Brahma, and in all objects I am satyam jnanam anantam Brahma. Therefore, in every object, every place, every time, what is there is satyam jnanam anantam Brahma. On him, first the kala is projected, then the desha is projected. Through kala and desha combination, entire objects are created. Space object, space grossified in time for particular time is called object. Space grossified in time for particular time is called as object. Therefore, object is nothing but space and time. Therefore, after some time, it dissolves in space. Again, Anything you see, after some time, it dissolves in space. Why? Because in one time it came out of space only. That's how space and time are the causes of all objects. Parabrahma is cause of space and time also. Therefore, the primordial cause of everything is Parabrahma only. And the logic we should never forget is effect is always permeated with the cause, or cause is always within the effect. Therefore, the Desha and Kala are there inside the objects. Paramatma is there in the Desha Kala. Therefore, Paramatma alone is there in every place and time of every object. Therefore, he has got Ananyata. Therefore, Anantatwam. अनन्य हो के होने के कारण अनंत है. वस्तुतः अनंत मीन्स बिकॉज अनन्यता. अनन्यता बिकॉज कारणत्वात्. कारण कथम? देश काल से कारण परमात्मा, देश काला वस्तु नाम कारण. वस्तुओं का कारण देश काल है, देश का कारण काल, देश काल का कारण परमात्मा है. देफर परमात्मा ही सारे वस्तुओं के कारण है. कारण कार्य में व्याप्त होता है. देफर देयर इज नो अनन्यम. देफर देयर इज नो अंतवत्व. इट इज अनंत. ओनली अन्य है तो अंतवान होता है. गो इज अन्य, अश्व इज अन्य. देफर व्हेन द गो बुद्धि कम्स, अश्व बुद्धि का अंत हुआ. व्हेन द अश्व बुद्धि केम, द गो बुद्धि एंडेड. बट इन गो एंड इन अश्व बोथ परब्रह्म alone is there. Therefore, there is no end of ending his buddhi at the Brahmagnana level. Therefore, there is no Vastu Paricheda, Vastu Anantyam it is there. There is no Santam with respect to Vastu also. This is what is said. Therefore, Sarvesham hi Vastunam Kala Akashadinam Karanam Brahma. Now comes a question by the Purvapakshi. Now, Karya Apekshaya Vastutah Antavattam iti chet. Are you said he is Karanam, and from him the Vastus came which you and I are saying, there was a Karyam. Therefore, Karya Karana Sambandh से ब्रह्म अंतवान हो गए कि नहीं? कार्य कारण संबंध. Now to this भाष्यकार will tell, यार तुम डिस्कस कर रहे हो इसलिए हम बोल रहे हैं कि ब्रह्म कारण है, जगत कार्य है. There is no modification in the Brahma only to even appear as Karya. Therefore, in that way also it is Anantam. So that will be explained. After that, Tasmadva Etasmad Atmanaha will be explained. And from there onward, the Upanishadic flow is very simple, easy, direct. All the complications are in trying to understand this Mula Sutra Vakya and its Sankshepa Vyakhyanam, then this Deshkala Vastu Anantatvam of the Parabrahma. But this have to be so much of, you have to do the Charvita Charavana mastication in the intellect that the Sara of that comes to us. It's so simple. You see the Desha, you see the Kala, you see the Vastus, all of them are permeated with the substratum Brahma, the Karanam. And that we have to reach. To reach to him, we have to reject all Desha Kala Vastu. In our understanding, the Desha Kala Vastu are always experienced by us as thoughts. Thoughts are always in the form of Triputi. So Triputi को छोड़ोगे, thoughts चले जाएंगे, तो देश काल वस्तु चला जाएगा. Then that which was through the Triputi and thoughts appeared as the vastus, the Brahman is realized as he is, because the cover is removed there. Yeah? That's what said, no? Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame. Nihitam Guhayam. Guha Samvarnartatvat. That Samvarna goes away, realization happens. Every name and form and time we are seeing, all is permeated by Parabrahma. That is what logically proved. So to reach to the Parabrahma Anubhuti, we have to reject all this. But these are all experienced by us as thoughts. Thoughts expressed as Triputi. So drop Triputi, drop thoughts, drop the covering of the Jagat of Brahma, then Brahman is discovered. Whole world is nothing but Desha Kala Vastu. Desha Kala Vastu are nothing but the Vrittis. Vrittis are nothing but Triputi. So Triputi dropped, Vritti is dropped, Desha Kala Vastu is dropped. Then that through Vritti and the Triputi, which appeared as Desha Kala Vastu, that Parabrahma is realized. That's called meditation. So to make us lift us to that level of meditation, all these explanation Bhagavan Bhashyakara is struggling to give. And at this our level of inner outer maturity, whatever the level we understand, we understand. But as we become more serious, sincere in our study, contemplation, single pointedly, then we will go into the deeper understandings. That takes us to meditation. Contemplation only takes us to meditation. Meditation is nothing but experience in Vedanta. What it is, let's continue. When you come tomorrow, the question asked by him, Karya apekshaya vastutah antavatvam idi chet na. No, why? The explanation he gives us. After that, tasmadva etasmat, we take up for our study, and that also, the Panchakosha Viveka, which is going to come now, is also so crucial and essential. And how, such a cute way, the Shruti Mata as a Bhashyakara slowly takes us from the grossest to the subtler. पहले बोलते हैं अन्नमय ये है, तुम अन्नमय ही हो, तुम अन्नमय ही हो. Then the seeker will, yeah, that's what I was telling you. You are only talking Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. I'm so happy as Annamaya. Guru makes us happy like that. Then he says, but then, there is something which is within the Annamaya, exactly like Annamaya, permeating whole Annamaya. That's called Prana. Then he says, yeah, you are a Prana. By the time you realize I am Prana, he says, no, no, no. There is something beyond even Pranamaya, which is permeating whole Pranamaya. Therefore, the self of Pranamaya is only projection on that. It is not real. What then उसके पीछे इस तरह से उंगली पकड़कर हमको in our understanding and contemplation from the gross Annamaya Upadhi through the four Upadhis, we are taken to the final beyond Upadhi Brahma Tattva. That's the glory only of this Upanishad, where through the Panchakosha Viveka, they take us to the understanding, meditation, experience of that Brahman, which is beyond all this, but covered by these things, projected on that Brahman only because of the ignorance of Brahman. These are very twisting things. Tomorrow we'll see. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Namaha Shrutimatre Namo Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. Let us study Yoga Darshanam for some time.